Hello guys, I hope all of you guys are fine and today I'm going to discuss basically upon the Indo and China talks. And first of all, let's watch one video and then I'll give my reaction and I will kind of explain the things what's happening in India and China border and what's the history of that and what's the way forward.
Good evening, everyone. You're watching a special edition of The Debate right here on Republic TV with me, Shivani Gupta. For the last 2 months, there's been heightened tensions between India and China once again for the first time since the Doklam standoff. Today, as Lieutenant Generals of both armies met for over 5 hours, India has made its stand very clear again that it wants pre-April status quo to be maintained along the LAC. India's beefing up of its infrastructure and projects along its eastern border is the prime reason why the Dragon is worried and behaving aggressively. But what has also become clear over the last 2 years is that India is not going to back down anymore before China. But is India's new confidence making some, like Twitter internationally, and others within India nervous? Take a look at what happened and then we debate.
The border personnel meeting point in Moldo on the Chinese side of the line of actual control saw commander-level officers of both the Indian and Chinese army engaged in hard negotiations for close to 300 minutes. Lieutenant General Harinder Singh and Major General Lin Lu sat face-to-face and put specific proposals on the table to defuse the Ladakh standoff, which has been on for over 30 days now.
The Indian side told Chinese delegation that it was China which has violated all the 5 treaties and transgressed into the Indian side. The Indian side will not tolerate this, though the Indian army officially has maintained that the dialogue between the army and the diplomatic level is still on, and yet we are to see what the outcome of the discussion and the meeting, which lasted for more than 6 hours.
On the eve of the meeting, the tone and tenor of the virtual meeting between diplomats hinted at a thaw, with both India and China affirming their commitment towards peacefully resolving the border face-off. While an official statement on the talks is still awaited, defense analysts and former generals believe a firm military strategy is the only way to deal with aggressive posturing by PLA.
Chinese troops who are on our side of the LAC, as we understand it, should go back. And obviously, Shavan, this is something that's not going to get very easily resolved. So I think, we are in for some protracted and tough negotiation.
Both sides have been engaged in an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation reminiscent of what happened in Doklam for 73 days. The build-up from the Chinese side began after India, in a major strategic move, sped up infrastructure projects along the line of actual control. In 37 days, there were 6 provocations from the Chinese side. It started with 2 incidents of Chinese helicopters entering Indian airspace in mid-April, followed by clashes at Pangong Tso in Ladakh and similar scuffles in Sikkim, and it all culminated to the Galwan Valley standoff. While India held its ground through and through, China, already facing global backlash for COVID mismanagement, seemed increasingly cornered from a geopolitical standpoint.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
Lately, the Dragon has been softening its stand, the headlines in its otherwise hawkish mouthpiece presenting this kind of a view.
Experts do certainly point out that India has made it absolutely clear that they are not willing to budge. They are going to be firm as far as Ladakh is concerned, and what they're essentially looking forward to is a status quo ante.
For now, the political class remains hopeful of a solution that makes no compromise on territorial integrity and sovereignty.
हमारी सरकार किसी भी सूरत में भारत इस देश के स्वाभिमान पर चोट नहीं पहुंचने देगी। जो हमें करना चाहिए वो हम कर रहे हैं, और आप जानते हैं कि भारत और चीन के बीच इसके पहले भी बराबर फेस ऑफ होता रहा है और पहले भी कई घटनाएं हुई हैं।
But the biggest headline from this standoff is that of the message India is sending while engaging with the regional bully. From now on, there will be no compromise, even if it comes at the risk of antagonizing Beijing. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So guys, this was my reaction. This was the video the media is showing nowadays. This is the news the media is showing. So let me just show you the what's the dispute between the India and China. And first of all, let me bring this map here. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So here is the Kashmir. Okay, here is the Kashmir, and where here you can see like there are on the top of the India there is Kashmir, and these two portion here is written right occupied by China. So China fought a war with India in 1962, and China occupied this portion of India. Okay, at that time the government of India was very weak, and so as they tried to de-escalate this matter, and they gave up Indian government gave up their land at that time. Okay, so and on this side the whole area here, this area out of this line, this area is called as POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Pakistan occupied this land in 1947, and after the 1962 war, India lost the war with China, and Pakistan, as a friendship gesture, gave this land, the small land, to the China at that moment. Okay, but historically the whole area belongs to the India, because in 1947 there was a one king. When the Kashmir merged to India, there was a king of this land called Raja Hari Singh, and they signed the treaty with India to give this land to the India. But somehow at the time when India and Pakistan divided in 1947, and Pakistan military, they attacked on this side, and this area is very hilly on the top of the side, so they took the advantage, and they attacked on this land and they captured this land. India tried to then at that time India military was not on this point. Then India military went on this side, and they're trying to send back of the Pakistan military at this point. And India reestablished this land, but they gave up this land at the moment. But still all this by book, all this land belongs to India, but currently the India is having this land. Okay, and this one is captured by China here, and this one is given by the Pakistan to the China. So this land is known as Aksai Chin. Okay, and nowadays what's happening in India, there is one issue is going on, the issue of the issue of Pangong Lake. This lake resides here somewhere. Okay, this lake resides here somewhere. Let me move this map. So in this lake there are total 8 finger points. This is a military language. So finger point 2, finger point 3, finger point 4, finger point 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so what India claims, India thinks after 1962 war with India and China, so there was a LAC established, that is line of actual control between India. There was a treaty between India and China, and the line of actual control was established. So at that time, so China India claimed about fourth finger point, and India is patrolling on this land up till here 4. Okay, but what China does here, China does patrol by the ships ships till the second finger point, which is India's land. Okay, so but still this is a Chinese aggression on the Indian side. Okay, one more thing is that now the India has developed. So this is a Pangong Lake. Okay, the India has developed the roads on this area. This area is very actually complicated area and very hilly area. India has developed the road on the Kashmir side near to the border of border of the China. And because after the 2014, this India got a good leadership and of BJP and the Modi party, and they are trying to defend our areas, and they are not working now on the defensive strategy. They are working on the defensive offensive. Whoever tried to attack on the sovereignty of India, they're gonna hit back. So that's why India is trying to build all the roads near to the borders and trying to strong the military strength on the borders. But somehow when India made the roads in the Indian side itself, the Chinese became more offensive, and these guys tried to they deployed a lot of like 5,000 troops on the India-China border on the Ladakh side. This is the Ladakh region, on this region. And it's been 30 days now. Now there is a and there is small skirmish also between these India-Chinese forces at that moment. And but China is now trying to de-escalate because China is held up with all the global tensions and stuff. But still China is trying to dominating all the region. China claims also this Kazakhstan region also. China conquered this region, is called as Tibet also. And China is also trying to conquer the Taiwan also. So China is trying to flexing on the all the sides, and that's happening all over the that's happening all between the India and China. So but now the India is also not before, like India sat back and they gave up their land, but now India is not on that strategy. India is not in that mood of the defense mode. India is also in the mode of defense and offense. If somebody will try to break the sovereignty of the India, they're gonna hit back. India gonna hit back on them. So that's all for the guys for the India-China tensions amid of this. And if you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to this channel for the more information. And please share this video to your friends as well. Thank you very much.